Good evening and welcome to Telling Tales. Here we tell atmospheric stories together through the medium of tabletop role-playing games. You've caught us on a Monday night, which means we're playing Shadows of Esteren, a game made by the French company Studio Agate, and we're running through these prologue adventures in this lovely prologue book. Look, it's nice. So we've done the Poison and Redfall adventures from there, and we're now on to the third and final arc, Loch, Varn. Very excited to get dug into that. Below the stream, there are links to our YouTube if you're watching on Twitch, or Twitch if you're watching on YouTube, our Twitter, our Instagram, our Discord, which you should join and come and chat to us. It's a very nice little community on there. And also our Patreon, which if you like what we're doing, you can support us and receive rewards for that support. Other things that we do on the channel, Wednesday nights are Simba Room, Thursday nights are World of Darkness, although Simba Room's next episode is on the 2nd of March, and the next World of Darkness is TBC because it's the start of a new arc. And on Sunday the 6th of March, we're having a Tales from the Loop one-shot, about 3 p.m. start. So that's all very exciting. So the previous adventures, the group have dealt with some Magiantists and some occult happenings, and then they've had a couple of weeks of downtime. So let's bring on Inga first, who plays Sophia the Variable.
Hiya.
Hi, Inga. Tell us what Sophia's been using the couple of weeks to do.
Yeah, so she's picked up a couple of variable type jobs, bit of messaging and things in the nearby area, just earn a little bit of cash, making a good point of telling the rest of the group where she's going and what she's doing, so there's no sudden random disappearances that nobody knows about. So she's picked up a few jobs and also spoken a bit more with Zaig, who we met in the last arc, to just learn a little bit more about this Magiants, which one of her sons was more interested in, whereas the other bit was involved in the occult stuff. Given that we've sort of come across it a couple of times now, and she likes to pick up a few bits and pieces in her travels as she goes. So yeah, I've put a point in Magiants as part of the leveling experience stuff with that, and also another point in stealth.
Nice. So Steve, who plays Ragnar the Hunter.
Evening.
Hi, Steve. Tell us what Ragnar's been doing for the couple of weeks.
Right. Well, I think Ragnar was quite surprised to get away from the last adventure pretty much unscathed, which was quite a pleasant experience. But yes, bearing in mind just how desperately unpleasant the thing that we faced at the end was, and yeah, still feeling a bit weak in the combat. In the combat stakes. So Ragnar has been sparring with Fulgur, I think, and has leveled up close combat and shooting and throwing by 1 point each. Also, spent a few days doing some hunting and making some money, selling his wares. So has managed to upgrade his armor from just bog standard leather tunic to a studded leather tunic, which is very exciting.
Which I think takes you from 1 point of protection to 2, right? Which is basically the damage soak. So double the damage soak. It's great. Justin, who plays Fulgur the Knight.
Hey.
Hi, Justin. Yeah, what's Fulgur been doing?
Fulgur's been, as you said, sparring with Ragnar and doing some protection work, bodyguarding, that kind of thing. Maybe, I don't know, accompanying people to and from important events. I don't know. Fulgur's doing that. He's always got an opinion. He's probably, not allowed to do it anymore because he's upset too many customers, that kind of thing.
And what did you spend your experience points on for Fulgur?
I spent 15 points on getting my defense up to +2. So I now have marginally more defense, so that if I again take 8 damage, it will only be 7 damage this time. So,
Nice.
so yeah, marginal gains, but
Every little helps.
a little helps.
Yeah, upping the defense, of course, makes you less likely to be hit as well, which is, while it's only by 1, it's still beneficial. And finally, Sam, who plays Theon, the Demorphan Mystic. Hi, Sam.
Hello.
What's Theon been doing apart from recovering?
I mean, I think quite a lot of recovering. Theon was quite badly wounded and really quite upset and hurt after all the circumstances of last session. It was really felt like a bit of a character assassination. You know?
I was thinking about this earlier, and like, when you do sort of role-playing games, and I sort of went, these people have only really known each other for a couple of weeks, or even like probably like a week and a bit at the start of the second thing. So people sticking by you is actually quite a positive character trait for Sophia and Fulgur to not just throw you under the bus, because
it's very true. It's very true. Definitely Sophia anyway.
Yeah, Fulgur.
Sorry, continue.
So I think there was a fair amount of recovering. I probably had a fair amount of time alone in the forest and in some wild places, meditating, recovered my Rindath, of course, the kind of magical power that the Demorphan can use. I think I probably accompanied Ragnar on some hunts and gathered medicinal herbs and other things as well to do a little bit of bartering. So I don't think I really made any money, but I probably kind of earned my keep and made up for the little bits of expenditure from the last few sessions and things. And for my XP, I spent 1 upgrading my defense. I can imagine Theon just kind of going over the circumstances of the last few sessions and thinking, yeah, really need to not be attacked so much. And I also upped my stealth because that makes a lot of sense in the context of. I mean, I think I can imagine Theon genuinely just thinking, maybe if I just wasn't so obvious, I wouldn't have been singled out for any of this. So I've been creeping around in the forest.
Nice.
That doesn't.
That's not how the struggle started in the first place.
Yeah. Why did you
course
go
not.
off and?
Yeah, has my memory returned at all, Jonny? Further than what it already had. I did say I wanted to go and question what's her name, didn't I? The woman who was Mayella. Thank you.
Yeah, Mayella would have told you that she told you that she had some sort of knowledge of some Demorphan spirit sort of magic that she while looking into the occult had come across this stuff that may have been of interest to you.
Explaining my excitement, certainly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it sort of made out that it was lost knowledge that had been found.
Gotcha.
So yeah, that's how she kind of lured you in.
Yeah, I would definitely explain that to Ragnar as well, given probably bothering me about how much my memory has come back while we're hunting.
Yeah, I think probably your memory around it is still a little hazy at parts, but yeah, she's certainly recovered that part for you.
And best guess that's just been attributed to being wounded in some way now.
Yeah, you did take a hit to the head, so partial memory loss is probably to be expected. Okay.
If we have to make a roll again for
arrows and crossbow bolts are whizzing around and above your heads. You are squatting behind a pile of rubble, tightly holding either a bow or crossbow near to you, whichever you think you would have. And your minds are all a little cloudy. The only thing that you remember is that you've been sent to lend help to the nearby community of Loch Varn. You each do not remember the names of each other or actually yourselves.
Amazing.
And if you don't have a ranged weapon, you still would have a ranged weapon. You don't need to worry about your current equipment. And in this unknown hell in which you are currently trapped, the only thing that you can think about is survival. You are surrounded by an oppressive field of ruins made of twisted metallic beams and rubble, which fade in the distance into obscurity. There are a few dying torches lying on the ground that are lighting your surroundings. After a moment, the arrow fire kind of dies down, and you kind of meet each other's eyes. You're not sure how long you've been fighting against the group of people that are attacking you, but it's pretty clear to you that they have the upper hand in this exchange. And then the shooting starts up again.
You said there's torches, so is it like nighttime at this point?
It's dark, yeah. So you can only see a certain distance before everything just disappears into darkness. You're kind of on this, rubbly ground. You're sort of hunched behind a wall of a ruined section of wall.
Is it just the four of us?
Yes.
Is the arrow fire coming from a specific direction or multiple directions?
Kind of directly behind this wall that you're sort of backed up against.
Oh, so it's like we've approached a room. There's someone's firing. So we're up against the wall. Someone's firing over the wall.
Trying to hit us.
You've got your back to this wall, and the arrow fire is kind of coming over you.
Does it look like... God, no, you guys know.
I was just going to say, are we being lit up by the torches at all?
You can see each other to a degree, but it's not like the torches are specifying your location, if you know what I mean. It's sort of there are sort of fallen people around, and the torches are kind of near them.
Okay.
Yeah.
I guess my thought was if we were to try and move, are the torches going to light us up? But that might be a thought for later anyway.
What can we see or hear or otherwise sense from the direction that the arrow fire is being shot towards? Like, away from the wall. Is there an indication of there being some other kind of enemy or friends of ours or scary beasties or who knows what else?
You hear obviously the whizzing of the arrows, and then you hear a shout of "Hold fire!" and the shooting stops. You are not aware of anyone else that seems to be in the same position as you are. So everyone that you are kind of aware of is firing at you.
Is it at us, or is it like beyond the walls to something else, and we just happen to be up by the walls?
You think it's probably meant for you, or to pin you, or you can't see anything else. And ahead of you, there's more rubble stuff ahead of you. There might be other people sort of crouched behind other bits, but you don't have any evidence of anybody else at the moment.
And are we dressed in, we're not in some different uniform. We're wearing...
You would...
Do we know what we normally wear? Yeah.
Are we wearing different things?
As players, you are wearing your normal clothes.
Right.
Yeah.
yeah, it's not like we're all suddenly in the same sort of like we're
Yeah.
on team this for our people
Yes.
match.
No.
Right? Yeah.
Sure.
No, you're in sort of you're not in uniforms. You're in sort of mismatched to each other clothing.
So looking between us, I guess Fulgur is probably the one in the shiniest getup, the one who looks most
Obviously.
sort of, most competent. Man with the plan.
Sure. Smells brilliant. All the good stuff.
Afro leader.
Yeah, so the shooting has literally just stopped.
Right.
So there is
And I've
now a
not said anything
lull
else.
in the shooting.
Peek around the wall and see if I can see how many people are shooting at us.
Yes.
It's a quick peek. It's a quick peek.
There are quite a lot.
Quite a lot. Doesn't look good.
Definitely.
There's quite a lot of them.
There are at least 20 that you see.
I'd say at least 15, 20. I can
Then you hear a metallic sound to your right if you are backed against the wall, which Fulgur presumably is nearest that end if he's peeking around. You see a man suddenly come out of the shadow to your right past another section of rubble.
Is he aggressive?
You feel like his face is familiar to you in some way. And he lifts his crossbow towards you.
Yeah.
And looks like he's about to shoot.
Well, then...
What do you all want to do?
Oh, God.
Probably just put my hands up.
Jesus.
Oh wow! Can I try and shoot the crossbow out of his hand? That worked well. I don't know what worked well last time.
Look, this is a
Sure.
shocking situation. It seems reasonable to just put your hands up. Okay, we don't even know who we are.
Can I do a relation roll to see if I can read the emotions on this person's face?
Sure.
In a
Just for role-playing assistance, I think that this would fall under the kind of when people get amnesia, but they still have the same feelings about things. So Theon probably would put his hands up, whereas some of you would be more likely to attack.
We've all seen
do whatever.
amnesia TV episodes where the gang. we all know what's going on. So I rolled a 10 and then a 9. So no crits, and then that's a total of 18 on the old relation roll. So does this person look pained to be attacking us? Happy? Like, are they mixed? Does it look like they can be reasoned with? Or should I kill them?
He does not look...
Conflicted?
He doesn't look sort of... in any sort of trance or anything. You don't think there's anything weird going on with him?
No.
He just looks like he's about to shoot you. You're not sure whether you could try and reason with him.
Then I'm going to shoot him back.
Your time is very short, you think.
Yeah,
so.
Then I'm going to shoot him back. Because he's going to shoot me, going to shoot him. It's the kind of the old... So
give me a ranged attack roll.
Well, whose speed is faster, Ragnall's or mine? My speed is only 8.
If this was standard, my speed is usually 9 unless I'm doing quick. Yeah.
Then should we assume that Ragnall would shoot first?
I'm fine with that.
Yeah.
If Ragnall is going to shoot, then yeah,
that's what you said,
Ragnall
right, Steve?
First.
Yeah. So if this guy is aiming the crossbow at, presumably it's one person. It can't be all of us unless it's like.
It's basically at Fulgur because Fulgur is the frontmost person
right.
to
Okay.
him.
Well, anyway,
I'll
I
I'll certainly draw my
17.
bow and aim
Yes.
it at the crossbow, and sort of.
Well, I rolled a 17, so that's my shot,
Okay.
and it does a bonus 2 damage.
Are you looking to do sort of mortal harm?
Yes, this person's trying to kill me. I'm going to kill them.
Okay. Yeah, you hit him square in the chest.
Yeah.
He's wearing sort of ragged leather armor, and it pierces, and he falls to the floor.
I can see no way in which this will be negative in the future.
I
Negative
lower
in
my
the
hands.
future.
I lower my hands again.
Thanks, Fion. Thanks for
You
the
didn't, see,
resounding support.
you didn't see anyway. You were behind me. I was behind you.
Sure,
Sir.
sure.
I'm probably at the
I
back
caught
already.
I caught the reflection in his eyes as
You
he
just
died.
felt it. You just felt it. There's just this.
This is the wind. Anyway, Jesus Christ. Anyway, the name of the temple. Goodness sake, Fion. Have you no herbs to calm your nerves?
You don't know who Leon is currently.
Good point.
What's going on? Who's that?
Well, I don't know. I don't know anything.
Okay. You hear the sound of sort of scrambling behind you, and you imagine that whoever this group are may be advancing, and it may be a good idea for you to withdraw.
Yeah.
Whatever withdrawing is, go in the other direction
Does
to
there look
where
like a
they
good
are.
place to withdraw to? I
Yeah,
asked
can we spot?
my
can we
colleagues
spot?
because Vogel can't spot anything, especially in this light.
I'll do a perception check and
I was likely
Great.
to run
probably what
in-
Fion was thinking about already.
I'm as likely to run towards them as away from them.
While you were shooting, I'm thinking about the best way to get away without being noticed, or at least
valuable
somewhere
service
safe.
to the group.
10. Nice.
That's pretty good.
Oh, double 10.
Ooh.
Wow. Okay.
Okay.
First time we've ever had
Great.
a 10, I think.
Yeah, so for viewers, I don't think we've had a crit for a very long time, if at all. If you roll a 10, you roll again, and if you roll another 10, it's a critical success.
Can I say something I wanted to do, as well as find somewhere
Yeah,
safe?
yeah.
Was try and find somewhere safe we can get away without being spotted or being kind of not particularly easy to see. So I was thinking of avoiding the light and trying to kick maybe dirt or like muck over any of the torches that are lit, so it kind of like they go out, so we can find a dark way to escape. If you see what I mean.
Sure. You think that as far as you can see ahead of you, you've sort of plotted a route that if you keep low, you think you'll be, because it's sort of up and down, you think you can probably sort of drop down from where you currently are, so the eye line will, you'll remain below the eye line, and then you can nip around another bit of rubble and kind of do the same. And you think you've figured out a reasonably good route, which will get you probably 50 feet from where you are, and then it'll be a case of reassessing. But I think based on your roll, you probably your eyes are well adjusted to the current light levels, and you think you can probably weave your way through.
Okay, I will just immediately go this way, like hushed, and then start dashing off, like crouching low.
Let's go.
Okay. You can you all make me luck rolls, please? So just a D10.
That will require me to have some dice.
1.
A 10.
The old one.
Also 1.
Oh, amazing.
Do you roll again if you get a 10 or a 1 on luck rolls?
I mean, you don't need to roll again because
It's a bad thing only.
It's gonna be whatever this is going to affect one person. Steve, what did you roll?
I rolled a 4.
Okay, Sam and
Roll
Justin,
it.
can you two roll again, please?
Well, I would argue that Sam has a negative luck modifier. We've shown this. For years.
I've had enough bad luck already. Thank you very much.
4.
6.
You
Okay. Fulgur trips over a corpse which is riddled with arrows.
Cool.
And
seems like
Would
something
Fulgur
he
have
would
been
do.
at the back? Would Fulgur have been at the back and we turned around to go the other way?
Yeah, I mean, I was furthest towards the bad guys. So
yeah,
I assume
quite
I'll be at
possibly.
back.
So we don't see.
So
Right
you take
here.
a point of damage. Take a point of damage in falling.
Ugh.
And however, you then notice on this corpse there is a locket
Cash.
engraved with what you recognize to be sort of a Magiantist's sign on the front.
I'm going to grab it because it's shiny.
Okay.
So, yeah, and I assume we've healed from the previous adventure.
Yes, yeah.
Good.
So you figure out as you're heading along that the area where you were is obviously kind of the scene of some kind of battle or something, because the amount of torches as you head along is thinning out and it's getting pretty dark. So are you going to pick up any torches, or are you going to try and stumble your way through in the darkness?
Does it seem like we're still being followed? I guess at the point I'm kind of 50 feet away reassessing, assuming I'm leading, I'm looking to see if it looks like people are still trying to get us. I could do a perception roll for that.
You can't see anybody, but you imagine that if they know that you were there, they'll probably still be looking for you, whether they've split up and fanned out and there might only be a couple of people coming after in this specific direction or what, you're not sure.
If I'm leading, then I don't want to pick up a lit torch. I might pick up like a torch that's out. I'm just fearful we're going to get followed.
What kind of environment is it though? Is it like open field? Are we getting into a thick forest? Because
you're continuing to run through ruins, sort of rubble and bits of wall. And
does it look like there's an end to it, or I guess we can't see in the darkness?
You can't see a ceiling, and without having a lit torch, you're struggling to see much. As to it, you can't see sort of a way out anywhere around you, but you can only see maybe 15 feet, you think, in the low light.
If we can't see a ceiling, do we see starlight? Does it seem like we're outside, or are we like inside, but like just it's crumbling as around us?
Yeah, at the edges of your vision in every direction is dark, so you can't see anything past sort of 15 feet in any direction currently.
Could be cloudy night.
Yeah, I think similar to Fionn, if there's an unlit torch that could be grabbed, and might grab it, but not a lit one for now.
Okay. In that case, can you each make me feats rolls, please? You're looking for an 11 or more.
15.
Matt, I got rolled another 10. There's a 12. And I confirmed it, so I don't know what that means. That's 2 10s.
Oh, a critical success.
Nice. I get 2 torches or something.
Fionn failed the feats roll. Okay.
I got a 17.
All over and take 1 damage.
Okay, Sam, can you make another feats roll, please?
Mm-hmm. That is a 9.
Okay, you are going to take... Well, okay.
Should have picked up that torch. Should have lit that torch.
You trip and take a bit of a tumble, but you feel okay. And the rest of the group following you sees almost in slow motion this sort of 8-foot high section of wall that you've tripped over the corner of. And large sections of masonry essentially collapse onto parts of your body. It breaks apart as it falls, so you don't get hit with any one big section. But you are, 6 points of damage.
Ouch. Okay. Definitely.
And it's quiet brick walls falling, right? They're very, very quiet. I've always thought.
Yeah, nice and subtle.
Not quiet.
Well, Theon cushioned the
Yeah,
it with
exactly.
his body.
It's not the kind of thing that would attract any attention, I don't think.
We need to change direction. And I'll start trying to pull someone into
pull Theon out of
zigzag
the
away.
Yeah, Theon's just like groaning underneath it, not moving for a moment.
Rush over and get the bits of rubble away.
Just as Theon gets up, you hear, "They're over here!" And
No, we're not.
a small group of 4 warrior types descend upon you. So initiative. So this group of people are in sort of rags with worn leather armor, some furs, and they each look to have swords and a bow on their back, each of these people. What fighting styles are you taking, and what does that mean for your speed for initiative purposes?
I think I'll
If you pick movement, is that you can use that just to escape, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Then may I suggest we run? Because we've never been able to defeat anyone ever. Anything.
Oh no,
We've never won a fight.
Just
So I don't recommend beginning this again.
I suppose we're all independently making the decision anyway, so
Yeah.
When you-
My natural instinct is thinking we can't. This group.
Jonny, when you say they descend upon us, like, does that mean like, we hear them starting to approach us, or does it mean like suddenly they were like, oh shit, these guys were right next to us, and they turn around?
Yeah, well,
how close are
there?
so you can only see about 15 feet. So all of a sudden they kind of emerge from the blanket of darkness, and are within 15 feet of you.
And we have no idea of where we could go from here anyway, because we can't see anything. Do they have torches on them?
One of them does, yeah.
Can we push another section of brick wall on top of one of them? It seems to do a lot of damage.
We'll see what happens when we get to your turn if you've not run away.
I'll be speed 6 then.
Okay.
8.
My speed is 5.
Speed 9.
Okay, so Steve Ragnall is first in the order.
Yes. Are we choosing fighting attitudes? Have we done that yet? I don't.
Oh, sorry. I thought that was what you'd done that for your speed.
Oh, I guess my speed is always 9, mostly. Yeah, fine. I'll go standard, I think, initially.
Okay.
So
you've got one guy who looks like he might be in charge of this small unit, you imagine.
I will aim for that guy.
Okay. How are you attacking?
With a bow. So,
okay.
Yes, I will. Oh, well, that's rubbish. 13 is my attack score plus dice roll.
That does hit.
Oh, okay. I rolled a 1, so. Yes. So bow damage is 2.
So that's 15 total.
Combined. Yep.
Okay. Yeah, you hit him in the shoulder, and he certainly doesn't look happy about it. But I think you probably hit him in his left shoulder, and his sword's in his right arm, so he kind of gets hit back and turns back towards you with sort of a grimace of pain on his face. Justin is next.
Oh, I guess I'll run at them with the sword, hack and slash style. And
you don't have to.
Well, I do.
So there's this guy that Ragnar has shot. There is a guy holding a torch in one hand and a sword in the other, and the other two are just swords.
I'm gonna get the guy with the torch. Why not?
Yeah.
Why not? And I rolled a 6, and I add. So I add 8 to that.
Yeah, that hits. And
14.
then what's your damage bonus?
3 for sword, I think. Yes.
Okay. Yeah, you strike him down. A big sort of slice down the center of the body, and he hits the floor.
Don't believe it. This like deeply suspicious is going on.
It's probably a dream. This is all a dream.
I'm pretty sure it's a dream now.
Sam, Theon.
I think Theon went defensive just because Theon at the start of this combat was lying at the bottom of a hole, trying to clamber out of some rubble. So we'll take a shot, but we'll almost certainly not do anything.
You're shielded by all the stone on top of you.
I will. Oh, I was going to go for the guy with the torch because he was the most obvious, but he's just been struck down. So I will just go for whichever one is nearest to Fulgur, who is the person who went to strike.
Okay. Yeah, one of the standard guys.
Let's see if I very small chance to hit.
You have standards.
I was an 8, so that won't do it. Shoot.
That 8 total.
Mm-hmm.
No, goes whizzing past. And they are up. So that one that you just missed is going to go for Fulgur because he's nearest Fulgur, so that makes sense. I have rolled a 17.
Cool.
And then the sword damage is 3. So it's if 17 hits, then it's 20 total.
So I have a defense of 14. So there's 6 damage, and I block 4 of it. So I take 2 damage overall.
Okay. The big guy is going to go for Ragnar. And that is a 14.
Yeah, that hits. My defense is 12.
So 17, including the weapon damage.
Okay. So 17 minus 12 minus 2. That's 3 damage.
Yeah.
Could be worse.
And the other will go for Theon.
Cool.
No luck for you. That's 22.
Oh my god, is this going to just kill me?
And then 3 damage added on, so 25 if the 22 hits you, which I presume it does.
Defensive, yeah. So, well, I was in defensive, so I out my defense, so that's 15. So it's actually only 7 over that.
Only
Nice.
7, see? And then the 6 you had earlier.
Protection 1, so I take 6 damage.
Ow.
That's pretty good.
Theon squeals. Oh, I forgot to take my -1 on the attack, but I didn't.
Oh my god. This could be
Inga.
a very, very short.
I told you, we
adventure.
never win fights. We can't
What's
win.
Sophia do?
Nearly dead.
Well, hopefully no one's tried to attack Sophia because she's been starting to run off in a different direction and hopefully was slightly obscured in the shadows. So she's going to come with her staff and try and smash somebody over the head from maybe slightly from the side where they're not expecting her. She's an offensive stance, so that's extra on the attack. So fingers crossed. Oh, that's a 10.
Oh, well, again.
That's another 10. Oh my gosh!
Calling for,
Doing amazingly
calling-
today.
calling for a dice investigation.
I know, I've been switching dice as well.
Okay,
all
so
right.
that does +5 damage then. So
Okay.
you've rolled a 10. What's your attack stat?
+3 for combat, +3 for my attack. Oh no, sorry, that's my plus. So +3 for the attack combat, but I also was in the offensive stance, was another +3, so 16 total.
Okay, and then what is your weapon damage?
Weapon damage is 2.
Okay, so that's 18 versus a defensive 10, so 8 plus 5. Yeah, you take one of them out. Yeah, you anybody who sees it happen sees Sophia basically burst out of the darkness, and
Wow.
just with the staff just completely round the head of one of the warriors,
I
Being
and they just
unburdened
slump
by
to the
memory
ground.
has made Sophia a much more effective fighter.
Wow.
Back up to Ragnall. So there's one normal guy left currently unscathed, and the guy that you think might be the leader, who is scathed.
Right.
By you.
Yes. I think I will. I'll stick on standard. I think. So it's an attack score of 12 plus 6, which gives 18.
Nice. Yes, that does hit.
And the bow
what
damage
was your
is
damage?
2. 2 for bow
Okay.
damage. So that's 20
Cool.
overall.
Nice. Yeah, this sinks sort of slightly left of center in his chest, and he sort of drops to one knee and then struggles to lift himself up and sort of steadies his sword arm. Yeah, he's pretty badly injured, but he's still standing. Justin.
Oops. I will attack. Once again, go for the leader, I guess, if they're still alive.
Yep, just.
And I roll a 12 overall.
Yes, that does hit.
And 3 damage.
Okay, yeah, that is enough to finish him off. So he gets struck with sort of a second arrow by Ragnall, and then you again a slice with the sword.
Highly skeptical of this whole situation.
And he drops to the ground. The final guy, upon seeing all of this occur, attempts to make a retreat. It's up to you if you allow him to retreat.
Do it. No, I wouldn't have thought so.
Okay.
There are lots of people trying to kill us.
Cool. Okay. Are you continuing to make your attempted escape?
I'm stifling groans, trying not to die. Probably clutching at the arrow that's in my gut or something.
We've had it worse.
How badly are you wounded? Just out of
I
interest.
think 4 off done. Yeah.
Really?
5 off done. Yeah.
You're in critical already.
No, I'm 5 off. One from there.
5 off, 1 from there. Are you in bad
As in
or critical?
one before critical, so 5
1
off.
before critical. Right.
Okay.
I think Sophia would maybe stop to just briefly look at one of the dead guys, maybe the most leader-looking type, and see if there's anything that looks familiar, any kind of identifying symbols or.
Any useful notes like kill these people because.
Yeah, you never know what you might find.
Their names are.
This is their names, and this is where they're from. This is what they've been doing recently.
Yes.
And this is how they feel about each other.
Ragnall, Sophia, etc.
There is nothing that brings anything back to mind, I'm afraid.
Great.
But they appear uniformed, or
They are, in that they're all wearing the same sort of stuff. It's not a uniform per se, but they're certainly in similar leathers, and the swords look basically the same. But then, yeah, it's not like an army, specific uniform or anything like that.
So has this person escaped?
Yeah, he's run off. If that's
Let's get going then.
Yeah, just try and drag. If Theon's still covered in things or whatever, just try and grab him and move. And sorry, not care too much about your wounds, but just get moving.
I think I'll grab a torch this time, given the way that the last one went.
Folga trips up.
Let's just go quickly.
Yeah, seems reasonable.
And then we start going.
okay. A little while passes of you traveling through this area, which doesn't seem to have an end in any direction. Upwards, forwards, backwards, left, right. You've just got this fog of darkness at sort of 15 feet in any direction. And eventually ahead of you, you see the sort of hazy light that escapes from a fire that you can't yet see through the darkness. And are you continuing on?
Perhaps we could skirt warily around the fire to see if there's anyone there, or what might be at the source of the fire.
I think since we've been hurrying fairly quickly away from whatever's been fighting us, Theon's probably not making decisions at this point. It's kind of just at the back being pulled by someone going, So.
Can I sneak closer to the fire to see what's
Sure.
going on? Let's do that.
Yeah, there are again sections of rubble around that you can kind of sneak up. Do you want to make a stealth roll?
Yeah, I did.
Can I sneak in a different direction to Fulgur?
Using Fulgur as a distraction.
Yeah.
I'm on
That's what I was going to do before when you shot at the guy right at the beginning.
You rolled an 8, did you say, Justin?
Yeah.
Okay.
3
Inga, if you
dice
want to sneak up
plus
as
6.
well. If you roll another double 10, I'm really...
No. Oh, no. I rolled a 3, so 8. Oh, no, wait, plus empathy, 11.
Oh, okay. Okay. You both managed to sneak up to different areas around what turns out to be a campsite. So you see, set in the middle of all this debris, there are a few tents and a crackling fire in the center. And you can see in there 3 men. 2 of them wearing worn leather armor and an old man. Do you want to make perception rolls for me?
Yeah. I would also look if it's possible to see anything through the the light shining against the tents. Does it appear like there's anybody inside any of the tents or any kind of sense of movement? My perception was 13 total.
Okay. Sophia sees that the old man has a talisman around his neck, which looks to be engraved with an ogham, which you know to be the sacred writing of the Demorthen. You obviously don't know how you know that, but you do know that. And you don't think, but you can't be sure whether or not there's anybody inside the tents. They're too thick to sort of cast the light through and give you shadows.
Well,
I might try and sneak back to where I left people. And I guess we've not really had time to discuss the fact that we don't know anything. So I don't know that nobody else knows anything about themselves. So I might just whisper, there's some Demorthen guy out there with bodyguards or keepers. Does anybody know anything about Demorthen? Demorthen mystic stuff?
I'll
The
shrug.
mysteries of the Demorthen.
Sam,
Maybe
Theon would know that you have that knowledge.
I feel like I'm looking pale and ill, but maybe you just go, yes. And then don't offer anything else.
Well,
Does that make this guy friend or foe?
Friend.
let's give it a
Really?
go. Let's try it. I'm going to make my way back to the camp stealthily and try to carefully get the attention of the guards just outside of the light of the fire. So I'm just kind of hard to in shadow if I need to run off, but yeah, in a friendly way.
Yeah, what do you shout to them?
I might not shout, but I might say, hello there. And I'd say, I have an injured man with me who needs help. Could we sit by your fire?
One of the men stands and kind of puts his hand over his eyes and moves a little closer, not super close, but kind of to the opposite side of the fire to where he was, so that the fire is no longer between you and him.
If he's trying to see me, I'll step into the light. I can.
Okay, yeah. He says, you're back. Did you succeed?
I don't know, but but there's a man. He seems grievously injured.
Yeah, bring him.
And I call back.
You obviously have quite a sense of unease about being asked. Clearly with some level of sort of pretense about it. You have no idea what they're asking you, basically.
Yeah.
Can we hear this from where we are? Assuming it's only Fulgur so far who's gone up. Can we hear this?
You can make a perception listening roll. You would hear Fulgur's half of it, and you would hear our response. Whether you hear
over.
what? Yeah.
You hear me saying, "Come over, come on."
Okay. Well, in that case, I might just sort of nudge beyond to sort of head in that direction, but again, kind of go sneak back to where I'd gone previously to get a bit closer to peel away.
I move over to Fulgur.
Yeah, I'll follow. Supporting Fiona if necessary.
The man who was stood says, "Oh, come, sit by the fire. We'll look at this for you." And the old man with the Ogham necklace takes a look at Fion's wound.
We were being followed by people who were trying to kill us.
Who are you?
We were concerned about this. We've heard some strange noises beyond the camp in the dark, and we sent some other folks to try and find you or help you, but they've not come back.
I don't know about my friends, but I honestly can't remember anything from
Me neither.
Well,
why I'm here, who I am, what's going on.
We sent you ahead to try and find an exit to the ruins.
Well, I don't know where these ruins. I don't know anything.
Do we know each other?
How did we come to be here?
You came here with me to help the inhabitants of Loch Varn. They raised the alarm.
Alarm about what?
Well, that was what we came to try and find out.
And where is here? Near Loch Varn? What is that place?
Yes, it's in. Well, we were in the Vale of Melwan, and Loch Varn is nearby, and we saw that they had raised the alarm signals. So we came to help. Look, we really need to find an exit to these ruins. Would you? We will stay here with him, he says, gesturing to the old man who's taking a look at Fionn. Fionn can regain 3 hit points. During the course of this conversation, the man has used some medical tools to remove the arrow barb and sort of done some basic stitching and compressed the wound and herb salved it. So you're certainly still in a lot of pain, and moving will still be uncomfortable, but you're definitely in a better state than when you arrived here.
Okay. If we need to find,
he says,
go on,
don't forget that you do have. We give you a map of the location.
Well, I think we've quite forgotten everything. Has anyone got a map on them?
Check my pockets.
Yeah, Ragnall pulls out a map. Which I will share.
Look at it. Don't know it. Nope. Is there a UI here on it? Because that would be useful.
Yeah.
No, yeah, go on.
I was going to say, while the map is being unfurled by Ragnar as well, I will say, if we're looking for an exit, how did we get in? Can we not go out the way we came in to here, wherever here is?
We've become
Lost.
disorientated. Yes, I suppose.
I think Sophia might step out at the moment from where she's still been lurking and just listening. Say, surely we'd have left some markings. Someone must have left markings. You enter a maze. You leave a trail.
Well, we didn't quite realise that it was this way until we were away inside.
I might set. Assuming I still have the same instincts for things that I would do previously, and I have the same abilities. I think I'll just, without knowing it, how I know it, I guess, start putting signs from the direction that we came to indicate, danger this way.
Okay.
Like danger and something to indicate, like fog or memory. Brain fog or memory loss, something that indicates that it's dangerous, not just in terms of like combat, but also like your sense of self.
Yeah, so they basically try and hurry you along. And you all feel very uneasy for obvious reasons.
Who are those people who are trying to kill us? Why do they want to kill us?
We're not sure. But we need to get out of here or we're all done for.
I suggest we take the opposite direction from the one we came in then. Do you remember everything? You sound like you do.
Yes.
Who are you?
We can recap later. I think it's best if we hurry.
Well, then we should go. Who knows how long we've got before people who are searching for us find this camp, we should get moving.
All these tents, how many more? This is more than 7 people's worth. Who are these tents for?
Well, other groups that have gone out in different directions looking.
We're leaving them?
No. Once you find the exit, we'll figure it all out.
Have they pointed out where they are on the map? That was kind of what I was wondering.
Yeah. How useful is the map to us?
Yeah.
And I will leave some signs to indicate the direction we're picking to go in, and any signs to indicate that we're still looking to find an exit.
Yeah. So they have pointed out the area on the map to you that you are currently in.
Can I share it? Is this?
Yes. Yeah. Absolutely. Yep.
This one. Yeah.
Yes. So the area that you are in is marked the labyrinth. And despite the size that it looks on the map, you kind of feel like you could wander in any direction in there for hours. You certainly feel like the amount of time that you spent walking in there would make the overall proportions of this apparent building that you're in absolutely enormous. And yeah, you're not really sure that's that it's
Sure.
accurate.
It's a huge building. It goes on forever. I'm down with this. Full goes like, yeah, makes sense. Let's go.
How did we get into this place then? Was it just in the hills? Was it just a building we walked into? What happened?
Yes. Are you asking the warriors?
Yeah. Whoever's going to answer.
Yes, we came into here following an investigation, and look, can we catch up on this later? We really need to get a way out of here. Or you said that people were following you. It probably won't be too long before they end up here, and there are only us two.
It seems to me that looking isn't going to help. Talking is more likely to help, since this place doesn't make any sense according to that map you've shown, surely. So how did we get in? Describe it. What was the place we entered?
An entrance. We just came in.
An entrance to what?
Fulger's quite restless. He's going to start going towards the edge of the camp, looking around for ways that we can strike out.
I'm maybe sidled up to Beyond as well. I'm kind of joining in the questioning a bit. But how far did we walk before we set up this camp?
I don't know, 30 minutes.
In a straight line?
Give or take.
So, an entrance to what? What did we enter?
Just a ruin.
How do we already have a map for it?
Collected from a book or something. I don't know. I didn't source it.
Come on, we need to get going.
All right. But if we go for too much longer than 30 minutes and we
turn around and come back
ourselves, yeah.
Is there nothing we can do to guide us if this?
I'll leave more markings as we go. I'll leave signs at regular intervals on whatever there is to leave signs on, whether it's bits of the walls, whatever, just to kind of mark the way that we've tried.
When we came into here, there was a solid wall around the two sides. So it may be that you walk in a direction for long enough, you reach a wall, you can follow the wall to get somewhere.
That makes sense.
I
Well, at
guess
the very
we're
least,
now, are we?
What was that?
What was that,
Sorry,
sorry?
Inga.
So have we started moving by now, or are we still at the camp? It seemed like Fulgur and was
Fulgur is
I'm happy to be
restless.
moving.
Yeah, have we-
Yeah,
have we
I
still-
had no more questions. Yeah.
I
Once
picked
we're,
yeah, go on.
I was going to say, once we're away a little bit, I think I will say, I don't feel like searching like this is going to aid us very much.
Well, not searching at all will not help us any quicker.
Did anyone else feel like they shouldn't trust those people?
They helped you.
I have nothing to go on.
They did, but never mind.
I don't know very much, but I have the feeling that thinking things through never gets you anywhere.
Oh, your memory's returning.
Yeah.
No, just a feeling.
Theon stares at Fulgur, starting to get a measure again.
Walking gets you somewhere. That's what I've always found.
Yeah.
Okay, what's the plan? Are
Fulgur
you
has
just going to
chosen-
walk in one direction?
Fulgur's chose a direction that he believes to be north. I don't know how Fulgur's come to this decision.
North?
Yeah,
You've chosen to go north?
He's decided what direction north is, and he's going in that direction.
But
I
Right.
don't know if it's
Sophia
north.
had indicated earlier that we should go in the opposite direction to the one that we arrived at the camp from.
Sure,
So,
that's the one that Fulgur's chosen to be
Yeah.
north.
Okay, cool. Yeah, I think just in as straight a line as we can manage, and Sophia will leave just quick signs, just to mark the way, rather than to really communicate a huge amount. Really, just to mark the way that this is, so we have something recognizable that I would hopefully recognize if we
Fulgur's
come upon it again.
Fulgur's
Okay.
compass, defined by which direction he is facing.
Yes, I think that's probably true.
It's
North
that,
is
it's
in
that high
Hungary.
conviction score again, isn't it?
Yes.
North is a feeling, not a place.
So the map was the map labeled, or is should we be assuming that we have the map without any labels? Do we know?
I think the
These
labels on the
names.
map are the map.
Because in which case, like,
That's a good question.
oh,
That map
sorry.
is no, that map is as provided, so maybe it is labelled.
I mean, if it is labeled, I'd be pointing at entrance of the ruins, and
Yep, that's
know.
where we're going.
that's north, is it?
I've got a feeling.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean there isn't a compass marked on it, so the
Yeah.
top of it may be south. You don't know.
Fine.
They couldn't. It'd be
Fine.
ridiculous to draw it if north was that direction. They wouldn't draw. The paper's oriented. in
Yeah,
such-
that's true. That's true. Yeah.
Fulgur's like
Getting a
shittily.
familiar sense of irritation for some reason. I don't know why.
Sophia is saying just ever so slightly to the side of the others, slightly more in shadow, not contributing to the conversation, just quietly making her signs.
Fulgur has a torch, just so we know, because I'm tired of
Okay.
collapsing walls.
Theon has a strange feeling that he's missing a companion, presumably Jonny.
Okay.
Of course. Yikes. Yeah.
Can you all make me feats rolls again, please?
Johnny, I
how you
realized
fare.
because feats didn't come up a whole lot so far for me. I realized I took the nimble, one of the nimble kind of skills, which gives a +1 to relevant feats to do with nimble.
Nimbleness.
Yeah, I would say that would come under this.
Cool.
Yeah,
I
this
rolled
would come
a
under
7.
that. I don't know.
I got 13.
I got 14.
Seven.
Okay, Inga and Justin, can you roll second feats rolls for me, please? You're looking for 11 or more to
I
avoid
rolled 30.
stumbling.
$11 exactly.
Okay, cool. Yeah, so you both over the course of the journey trip a couple of times, but manage to sort of maintain your balance on an edge or by staggering a bit and remaining upright and take no damage. Eventually, you come across a wall, like a solid wall.
Interesting.
which way do you want to follow the wall?
Wow.
I
Flip
think
a coin.
Is that-
Sophia will indicate right.
Can I assess the wall for a while? Presumably, everything else we've met is just like blank ruins and bits and bobs, but this is a completely solid wall. I'd like to grab the torch and see what it's made of, like how high it goes. Can I see a top? Some now at an edge, that sort of thing.
Yeah, brick. You can't see a top of it.
So presumably it's at
pretty-
least 15 feet high or higher if I've got a torch.
Yeah.
Okay.
Pretty sturdily made. Yeah.
I like left.
Is it the same material as the rest of the ruins, and does it look the same age, or does it look different?
Yes, it is the same sort of craftsmanship material. But yeah, this area has obviously just fallen into disrepair, whereas the sort of main walls, you would presume, have been maintained. Maybe this area isn't used anymore and has just been allowed to.
Final, specifically weird question, because this is a very weird place. This wall, does it seem like it's actually a built and engineered wall? Because if it's like a big, tall brick wall, it's going to have like big, strong structural supports to maintain it in, this sort of technological level. Does it seem like it's got that, or does it seem just like a blank wall, like it's some sort of like illusion wall that doesn't really exist?
No, you think it probably is, and the bits of sort of fallen wall that you've seen also have bits of like metal struts in them.
Okay.
So you could presume that this is the same deal.
Yeah. I'm like lingering on the wall for a while, like tapping at it and being lingering while everyone else perhaps starts moving and deciding where to go.
Ragnar, left or right?
Right.
Right.
Also, I don't think you know his name yet.
That's true.
Oh, that's true.
Yeah.
Lucky guess.
Okay. You continue. You continue along the wall for a while, a good few minutes, and then there is an opening to your left. You're walking with the wall to your left, essentially, aren't you? Because you've turned right. So there's an opening.
Does it lead outside? Is there fresh air?
No. You presume that you are now entering the area marked 2 on the map.
Okay.
Sophia will add a more detailed sign to say that, do not enter here, to indicate that the room that we're presumably about to leave is a bad place to go.
Yeah.
How long have we been traveling by this point?
40 minutes.
Did you mark the wall where we turned?
Yeah.
Good. Right. Cool.
Right, just please, Ragnar also said right because she'd already started engraving right when you started staying left. She was about to start to cross it out.
Oh my God, why am I with these people?
Should we turn back and find the other group before we leave? We said we'd return soon.
We don't know
right?
if this is even the right direction yet.
I've left markings. Hopefully any friends of ours will be able to read those as well.
This new room, does it look less? Can we see much of it? Can we see?
Yes, you can see some vats, which are, you would guess, 20 feet wide and stretch pretty much to the edge of what you can see with a torch, height-wise. So they're large.
What do they sound like when you knock on them?
Well, that like.
Yeah, they're empty metallic. So are you entering this room?
Yeah.
Yeah. Can
It depends. It depends whether there's like 2 scribble marks. I don't think the scribble
mean,
marks at the bottom of the map are
I
a
feel
door.
like no matter what we do, Fulgur has done it. It's
Yes,
just a question of has
that's-
everyone else
Hey,
done it?
armored man, thank you.
Sorry, armored man.
Fine.
Okay. Everyone entering the room, can you make me luck rolls, please?
Roll a 7. I was like, I'm gonna need a roll of some kind, so we should roll the dice. I was like, as soon as I walked into the room, I was like, I'm gonna die. So you're like,
Well, pessimistic armored man. I rolled a 2.
9.
I didn't enter the room. I watched
Okay.
everyone else go in, waiting.
reasonable,
Ragnar,
very in character.
Ragnar steps on some
Landmines.
viscid juice of unknown origin, which is in a pool on the floor as you enter the room.
Juicy.
So there are these vats. On the floor, there are pipes leading out of this room, which you would presume are used to put things into or out of these vats. If anybody wants to, make a Magiance roll. Anyone who's looking at this stuff.
I mean, Theon probably comes over to look at the stuff now as well, so I will, even though I won't
Yeah.
succeed.
I rolled
now
a 10.
I've stepped in a thing. You can come
Yeah,
in and
exactly.
I rolled a 10 on science. Can I roll erudition instead, or is it definitely science?
No,
Yeah.
it's Magiance specifically.
Only
Oh.
the giants.
14 for Sophia.
Oh, I still rolled 10.
Oh,
I got 10.
I got 10, and I've only got 2 in my giants.
Me too.
Okay, Sophia is the only one who knows this. So these contain very large blades, which will have been used to grind matter and obtain something out of them. And it also looks like they're each equipped with a generator of some description, which would probably be used to make the blades work.
I won't relay any of that.
Yeah,
I'll just
thanks.
we're trying to get out.
That's fair.
I reckon they're used for storing wine. Huge quantities of wine.
Just like this on the floor down here, looks like wine, doesn't it?
It doesn't smell like wine.
Sophia, not wine.
I touched the lit torch to it.
Can I get another luck roll from everyone, please?
Is that Evan?
This is just a dice roll for luck, isn't it?
Yes.
I am going to touch my lit torch. That's the key liquid, whatever it is.
Can't take him anywhere. I rolled an 8.
5.
Okay, so Sam got the lowest roll. Is that right? Okay.
5.
You all see Theon drop to the floor and then disappear, basically being dragged away.
I was
by
like,
something.
I was crouching over the fluid while everyone else was maybe looking at the silo.
When you say disappear, like he vanishes in front of our eyes, or we see him being
No,
dragged?
he's
Off
dragged.
frame.
He's dragged away.
I
Yeah,
will
right.
run after.
Do I make a
Whoever
screaming
it
noise
is.
while I'm being dragged away?
Yes.
Most
yes,
likely.
make a
Yeah,
screaming
the
noise.
The
Unless
Wilhelm
something stops
scream.
me, I'm
Amazing.
making a screaming
Bad.
noise while I'm being dragged away.
Sophia
Um,
won't run after. She will look around to see what the hell is happening. If there's anything else about to
That's a
attack.
logic and reason for you. Wouldn't that?
Theon, you are basically pulled into a silo and up. And
They're going to make wine out of him.
You manage to sort of orientate yourself while upside down, just enough to be able to see that what has got hold of you is a very large carnivorous plant, which is now basically hoisting you up towards its maw.
Theon actually has a split second of genuine fascination before realizing it's a plant. Because Fion's very interested in plants.
You don't want to see one of those every day.
Yeah. And then, assuming I get first action, I'm just going to attack it.
Yeah, can we do what's everyone's initiative going to be? I'm going to say that you kind of like if you say that you pretty much instantly chase after, then by the time Fion is sort of near the plant, you can be in the silo that they are in.
Yeah, I would have run after the disappearing figure immediately.
Yep.
I mean, is it gripping onto me? And like
it has you by the ankle, basically.
Okay. Given that I think the reaction is to hack at it aggressively with a knife to try and stop it gripping, I'm going to go for offensive.
Don't crit fumble.
Yeah.
Don't cut your own leg off.
Yeah.
Yeah, my speed is 5, so I guess I'm the slowest, aren't I?
6, yeah.
Yeah, my speed will be 9. Oh, yeah.
I think Sophia will be defensive.
Okay.
Ragnar will be offensive.
Same here.
Well,
Got
no change there then.
Okay. So, Steve, you are first in the order. What you basically see is that there are 4, one of which has hold of Fion currently, sort of creeper vines.
Right.
And then there is also the sort of center of the plant where Fion is. So that there are 4 sort of vines coming off
4
that.
vines, okay. Yeah.
Which seem to be relatively sort of sentient of their own in terms of their, you figure that one of them could probably hit you while the other one is feeding thing itself, kind of thing. But yes, you're first in the order.
Well, I will aim for. So, are there any penalties for shooting into? Well, hopefully, I can aim for the central mass and not hit Fion. But is there like shooting into melee, that sort of penalty to?
There isn't. If you don't fumble, I'm gonna say that you would probably, wouldn't you, be erring on the side of caution. So if Fion is there and the plant is there, you're probably going to aim slightly more to that side than you would that side. So I think unless it's a fumble, you're.
I mean, I don't know who Fion is currently, so there wouldn't be any great sort of mental damage from accidentally. Right, so I'm in offensive stance. Start off at 14. I rolled an 8, so 22.
Okay.
I hope that hits.
Yes, it does.
There was 2 damage.
So you rolled a 20, so it's 24 total.
Yes. 24.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay, nice. Yeah, you basically strike as it's sort of, central more mandibles are kind of opening. You manage to slot an arrow directly into that area. And Fion, you suddenly feel yourself drop about 5 feet before the creeper vine kind of grabs hold again and kind of starts to kind of thrash you around as the creeper vines are slamming around in pain and anger.
Cool.
Justin, what is Armored Man going to do?
Armored Man is going to go and cut Fion free.
Okay.
By attacking the creeper vine, I think.
Yes.
I didn't see any sort of like massive blades or anything. Not that I know about the blades, but
no. This is a silo rather than a vat. So this is a storage thing specifically rather than a processing unit.
So I rolled 20.
Okay, and
with 3 damage.
So 23. Yeah, okay. You slice the creeper, and
Cool.
Theon falls to the ground, and the section that was around Theon kind of unravels and falls onto the floor. Now the other 3 creepers are going to do some stuff. So one of them is going to go for Ragnar. 15. Does that hit you?
That does hit me, yes.
And
I've
then
gone
it's
offensive,
2
haven't I? So,
damage,
yeah.
so 17 total.
Okay, well, my defense is 10 and my armor is 2. So I presume, again, that means damage is 5?
Yes. One is going to go for Justin. Oh, and I rolled a 1, and I rolled another 1. So we'll say that doesn't do anything.
It hurts itself in its confusion, right?
Yeah,
Yeah,
and
you're fine.
the other is going to try and grab Theon again.
Oh, what is it with this?
Theon's so tasty. That's the...
But
What does Theon look like again?
Quite small, slight, sickly, sallow eyes, bright ginger,
Yeah.
braided hair.
Cool. Small man.
it does not manage to get a good hold on Theon.
Good.
Sam, Theon's turn.
I'm slashing at the vine that's trying to get a hold of me with the knife that I have
That makes sense.
ineffectually. I'm just going to preempt that with ineffectually. I'm less effective because I'm using my knife. I think I'm 1 less good with a knife.
One
no,
less
I'm-
good.
Yeah, yeah. So... Oh, I got a 10. Nice.
Oh, nice.
Double 10!
Nice.
Okay, so that's an extra 5
Wow.
damage on top of whatever else you deal.
So 5. So that's a the 10 and the 5. The 10, so that's 15 total, and then a plus 5 damage, and I think it's plus 1 for my blade. So 15 plus 6 damage.
Okay.
You have a bonus
Yeah,
against vegetable.
You
Yeah.
you slice at this creeper, and you leave. There's an area sort of like an inch that it's still holding on by. You take a sizable chunk from it. And Inga?
So Sophia was still in the other room to kind of see what was going on, see if we were about to otherwise be dragged. So I guess she's definitely a bit slow behind. Is there anything else immediately obvious in the room, the original room, or is it clear that all of the action is from that other side of the room where everybody else is now gone running into?
Yeah, there's nothing else going on in the vat room.
Can I see these creatures from where I am in the other room?
No, because it's inside a silo.
Okay, so I need to head into.
Yeah.
I will go a little closer, but cautiously, and only as far as it takes me to get to be able to see something that I can attempt to fire at, even though I'm very, very bad with this crossbow that I randomly got that I don't know how to properly use.
Cool.
Yeah.
Cool.
Still very hesitant, this one. Five plus 2 combativeness is 7 minus my 3 because I'm in defensive. So no, that's 4 to hit.
No,
Okay,
that's not going to do anything, I'm afraid. The plant itself would go next, but it can't do anything because it doesn't have hold of anyone. So Steve Ragnall is next up again. Yeah, so just to clarify on, I don't know if it's worth putting the map up again, just for a refresher, but you're essentially, the silos are the bit marked 6 at the top of the map. So you kind of ran through room 5 to get to room 6.
Hold on, I'll get this right eventually. It's
We
got
did
into
head
a
north.
weird state.
Can I just say we did head north? We head north. I'm 100% sure of it.
Your conviction made North be where it was.
Cool.
I'm sure.
There we go.
Yeah, so you've gone through room 5. And yeah, into the left-hand silo in which this carnivorous plant has obviously been growing.
Right. Okay.
Cool. So we're in 6 now.
Yes. Yeah, and Steve, it's Ragnar.
Right. Well, I think I might drop into defensive stance because I'm starting to take a bit of a beating. But yes, I will attack the central plant again with my bow. I'll fire an arrow. So yes, I roll 18, which I presume I hope hit.
Yes, it does.
And bow is
so-
2, so 20 is the combined.
And are you going for a creeper or for the heart of the plant?
The heart of the plant.
Okay. So you rolled 20, total.
Yes, 18 was the score to beat the defense, and then it's 20 overall. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, this thing is starting to sort of shrivel at its center now. Still technically alive, but barely.
Okay.
And Justin,
Cool.
you've got one healthy creeper and one very not healthy creeper, and the center of the plant, which also looks very unwell, but is not reachable by melee attacks unless you are in its grasp.
I think I will go for the unhealthy creeper. And
Okay.
while leisurely hacking at this thing, I'm going to ask the small man if he has a name. I roll an 16. If he doesn't have
Best
a
way
name,
of beating people.
Yeah,
I've got a name
that's
for him.
that's definitely going to be enough to destroy that slightly damaged creeper.
What do you say, Fion?
A name will be volunteered on Fion's action, but otherwise, Armored Man has free time to think of name.
I'm going to call you Vinter, man who works with vines.
The one remaining creeper is going to take one last ditch effort to grab hold of Fion and does not succeed.
They're really weak.
Fion's turn.
Vinter's turn, apparently. So the one that was on me has now been slashed off completely by Armored Man.
Yep.
So
The other one just went for you, so is still nearby you.
Okay, I'll just slash at that one then, I suppose, as well.
I want another crit.
I know. I'm still inoffensive because it went well last time. And while slashing, I say, I don't remember about my name.
Of course, yeah.
And that's pretty good. 9 is good. 15.
Nice. Yes,
Plus
that does
1
hit.
damage.
And then, okay. Yeah, cool. Okay, again, you take a hack through it. It doesn't completely slice through, but you do it some damage, and it kind of whips around a bit. That was my vine motion.
Cool, cool.
Thanks. Inga.
If there's still something to fire at, I'll try.
Yeah, so there is the sort of center of the plant up on the ceiling, or there is the vine. Obviously, the center of the plant probably easier to hit from a distance. Yeah.
Yeah, if there's any finesse required, avoiding other people, I'll go for the big thing at the top where it's less likely to hurt my friends or these random new people that I am suddenly with.
Yeah.
No, I rolled a 2, so that's going to be like a 1 in total or something.
Cool.
Okay. Plant can't do anything, Steve.
Well, I think I'll go offensive and aim for the central heart again. Good job I went offensive because I only rolled a 3, so that's 17 is the score to beat the defense, and then
it's gonna do it. Yeah,
it's plus 2 damage.
So it strikes again, and there is not exactly an exhale, but you certainly hear a noise which you wouldn't necessarily expect to hear when damaging a plant. And the one remaining creeper kind of goes limp.
Breathe a sigh of relief, and
Good shot.
thank you.
Sophia will start making signs for scary plant.
So we don't remember stuff from before anyway, but do I have a feeling that a plant like that is very weird?
Yeah.
Given I'm
Yeah, that's a good question.
interested in plants, I feel like I'm interested in plants probably.
Yeah, you certainly think that is weird.
I think I might just get a little bit of the plant just for my own interest. Just cut it off, take it with me. Don't really know why, but I just have the inclination to do that.
You gotta, yes, go where your heart takes you, I guess.
I've had a thought. Those people who came for us, I think we've gone the wrong way here. We haven't found the entrance. Could those other people have been one of the other groups that was with us? If they've forgotten who they were, if they've forgotten too.
Well, why would they?
We're attacking them.
Why would they just start attacking us on sight and then?
But we have no idea what was
I don't
happening
know
before
how
that moment.
Yeah, I don't really remember any. I just remember being fired at. I don't know what happened before then.
Exactly the same here. I just the moment I first remember is it being fired upon.
And I mean,
What
we've
happened
just
before then.
been attacked by some scary big plant here. Maybe they've just been attacked. Maybe they've been through it. Maybe they thought we were also antagonistic. I don't know. Anything's possible.
Either way,
Well,
they were ready to kill us, and the
Yeah,
safest thing we could do is lead our way out of here.
Yeah, we need to get out of here. But if they are by the entrance, we might need to go past them again. And we might go through whatever it was that made us lose our minds again. We have to be careful here.
Have you seen any of your writings from perhaps before you forgot?
No? Correct me if I'm wrong, Jonny. No, definitely not.
Well then, the map. It looks like from the map we should be able to work out a way to the entrance through maybe this area, the great vats where the wine is kept.
Yeah, the room that you were just in, you figure if you turned left when you came into the room and walked straight down, you would essentially get to the exit.
Then let's go find the camp and lead them out.
Let's not go back to this place called a labyrinth. Let's find another way out. Why on earth did we ever go into a labyrinth willingly?
Questions. I mean, it could be. Perhaps we thought it was a laboratory.
Exactly what I was thinking. I don't trust any of the story they told. Doesn't make any sense at all to me.
Well, then we need to validate the other rooms as well. And I can leave signs. If we come back again, we'll see them. We'll know what we're dealing with if we forget. I think, but let's not leave the rest of it undiscovered.
None of this makes any sense. The first priority should be to find the exit, I think.
Yeah, and we know
we should
it's
at
not
least
going to be the way we just came. That we know that place, danger lies there. Let's find another way.
Right, or we'll first. So we're not going back first. We're going to find the entrance first.
Yes.
Then let's go to the entrance. Let's go to where we think the entrance is.
So directly south, downwards. What?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've forgotten which way north is. Yes, towards 3. Yes.
Very cautious of anything that we might trip over or suddenly reach into, given that keeps happening.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
So Jonny, does there seem to be some sort of door from 5 to 2 there?
Yeah.
Oh, sorry, I'll stick it.
Yeah.
Distance-wise, I'm assuming that it doesn't seem like we've travelled half the distance we travelled through the labyrinth now.
No. The rooms that you've been in since seem the size that you would expect them to be from the map, based on the proportions of the drawings of the vats, for example, that are on there.
Right.
I think
Whereas
as we get to that door, I'll point out that it's clear that whatever's going on in that labyrinth is not normal.
Yeah, we don't want to go back there if we can avoid it. I'll make sort of signs that, again, back the way we came. Well, I did that anyway, didn't I already? Yeah, I already did.
I'm almost shocked we ever made it out. I don't think we should step foot in there again.
Did you think it's a magical effect? Was there something that?
It must be something. I don't have an explanation, but clearly what it is isn't normal.
I think maybe it's. Are we talking about the creature or
The labyrinth.
labyrinth?
Regardless, none of the reasoning for this makes any sense, as you said. Looking to Sophia, who I don't know is called Sophia.
Scribe.
Yeah, that's.
Let's go.
Probably
Yeah,
get
so
outside,
head
yeah.
away.
Okay, so you head through the vat room, which does have 6 vats in, as shown on the map. And you exit through a door at the bottom of that room, and go into a hallway. And when you reach the sort of junction point, what you actually see are corridors going left and right, and no door ahead of you, as you might have expected. And then Ragnall feels something kind of drop onto his back.
Is it a spider? I'll brush it off. I don't like spiders. I don't like caves.
Are you looking to see what it is?
No.
I'm going to brush it off with my bow, I think. Just sort of try and if it's it depends on what sort of size it felt like, but if it was wet, oh god, yeah, I'm brushing that off with my bow. I'm not going to touch it. Good God, no.
Okay, you hear it kind of land on the floor.
Do I hear it skitter off as well, or is
You
it...
do hear a bit of skittering, yeah.
Yeah,
Cool.
I'll take a few steps
that
back
sounded
and
pretty
sort of...
well, to be honest.
Sounds like lots of legs.
Oh god. Oh.
Good.
Ugh.
Good.
Ragdoll, look at the damn thing.
Don't look at it.
You look at
Don't look at it.
You don't know what I'm called anyway.
Armored
You're not
Man
the
is
boss of
going
me.
to like just walk at this wall. That's
You
ahead of him
hear-
where he expects the entrance.
You hear another thing land on the
God.
floor. And so Justin has moved forwards.
Yeah.
So the other 3 of you
With
see...
sword out.
see land between you and Justin. Basically, it's like a centipede.
Right.
But this particular one is bigger than the one that landed on Ragnall and is probably the length of your forearm.
Nice.
And then a couple more drop, varying sizes.
Can I look up? What is
Don't
above
look
him?
up. Good God,
Don't look
no.
up. Yeah, Jesus Christ, Vinter.
Theon looked up. Theon, who doesn't know he's called Theon.
The ceiling looks
Shifty.
alive.
No.
Before a second of sort of adjustment,
Always on your face. If you look, always on
you
your face.
realise that essentially the entire ceiling above you
Oh, Jesus.
is, as well as a number of centipedes of different sizes, they're basically crawling over one centipede.
Can we
Sorry.
retreat?
I'm going to yell, "Get out!" and run back out the way we came in.
So is this in the room or in the corridor that they were?
This is in the corridor that you've gone into.
Goodness.
And as you turn, this thing basically comes down the wall, blocking the door that you were going to exit through, and is still taking up the majority of the ceiling. Hundreds of smaller centipedes fill the hallway. And what fighting style are you taking?
Probably defensive.
Did you say there was another exit to this room?
Yeah.
The corridor continues left and right.
Okay, and when we came in, left would have been back to the labyrinth, assuming the map is correct.
According to the map, you can't get back into there that way.
Oh, okay. I thought that was the entrance to the labyrinth. I see.
It's a kind of a weird map. This is
Yeah, so
cool.
where the 7 is, the opposite way, there's kind of also corridor going that way that isn't shown on the map.
right.
Okay. So however we got into 1 wasn't via this, whatever's going on.
Yeah.
I know what stance I'm in. There's
Great.
another exit.
Okay, yeah, if you can chuck me your speeds quickly.
8.
Yeah. The quick one is your normal speed plus potential, right?
Yes.
Yeah, so
6.
8 for me.
6.
I'll be 9. I'm probably going defensive, I think, at the moment.
Okay, Steve, you're first.
So there's one massive centipede plus countless other centipedes.
Yeah, hundreds probably, you think.
They haven't attacked
Of
us yet.
varying sizes, sort of up to they are sort of approaching towards you now. They are ranging
menacingly.
in size from finger to leg, the majority of these creatures.
Right. I don't want to be here.
No.
Why are we here?
That was
Why are
Vince's
we even
perspective
here?
as well.
So I'm
Damn
kind
it,
of
I'm a
tempted to.
Vinter, not a pest control.
I'm
don't know.
kind of tempted to. So can I back off back into room 2? Is there a
No, it's blocked that door.
that's the door that's blocked?
It's
where
come
I'm trying to
down
go.
down that wall and
Oh,
blocked.
geez.
I was attempting to go that way, and it's right in front of me now.
And there's no exit like in front of us where the 3 is on the
We can
map.
go left or
one
right,
exit.
which is left, which is presumably
Oh,
in
sorry.
the direction of the labyrinth, and right, which is presumably in the direction
Rooms?
of rooms.
Well, rooms sound fine. I'm sure rooms.
Yeah,
are
I mean,
okay.
yeah, sure.
Nothing bad happens in rooms.
If we have to choose between the labyrinth and rooms, then
Yeah,
Are you running to rooms? Is that
I'm
your
going
plan?
to retreat to rooms.
Yeah,
I don't think
retreat.
there's any. I don't think
tactically.
there's any like. We need a source of fire. That's what.
Okay.
That's what I want now.
These
fire.
centipedes, they've done nothing to us.
Okay.
Yes.
The giant centipede lunges at Sam's character.
Oh, flipping heck.
What is this? Fion's
Does a
personal hell.
23 hit you, Sam? I
Does a
think it
what?
does.
What was that?
23.
Yeah, that definitely is.
Sounds good.
Plus 3 damage.
Oh, is this death?
So 26.
My defense. Oh, I'm movement, so my defense is 15, so that's kind of handy. So 26, 15, so 11 damage. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. No, that's agony. Exactly
Okay.
agony.
And then a bunch of the smaller ones are also going to pile on Sam's character.
Oh no.
For 20 plus
No.
2 damage, 22.
So,
Are you
so
using a D20
Fion-
rather
Fion
than
is-
a D10?
presumably torn apart before being able to use survival points.
That seems pretty bad.
Okay.
Have you upset Johnny? Sam,
It's like, yeah.
Have you upset Johnny in the past week? Have you said something?
Cool.
The other 3 of you
Hmm.
are woken in the forest by Fion's screams.
Cool. I was really hoping we'd
And-
done the entire adventure in like 10 minutes.
We just did really
Wow.
badly, guys.
Wow.
I was
Do we
waiting.
remember things now?
Are we fine? Do we just?
You're all back to normal. Apart
Apart
from Fion has had this dream, but we'll discuss that more next time.
Can we remember the dream?
We weren't in the dream. Well, we were in the
No.
dream, but we weren't in the dream.
That's ridiculous.
It's just my dream. It's just my dream. Screw
We had a
yours.
nice dream.
I love this character. I love it.
That was
I
actually
was like, I'm gonna call Fion Vinter for the rest of forever.
everyone else
You
is having.
can't. You don't know.
Sorry.
You
Everyone
can't-
else is having a
know,
nice
I know.
sleep. I'll wake up half convinced that I'm Vinter now.
Oh my god.
Oh,
Well,
cool.
That was fun. Apparently, your existence in that was all just a figment of my imagination. Congratulations, guys.
But yeah, your
and
imagination.
yet,
characters was so full.
No names, but Fulgur was as irritating as
Yeah.
real life events. So
That's how you view music. I just pick a direction to walk in without any regard for anything. That's how you view Fulgur.
How will you know that this forest is not also a
Oh
dream?
my god! Yeah.
Yeah, that's it. I'm not. Well, given the context of the last story and now waking up a dream like this one, I don't think Fion's trusting anything ever again. That's it.
I like the idea that Fion's going to have a dream where Fulgur is nice to him and protects him. You know, I'm just saying.
I'm staying in this one. This is the one I'm sticking with. I'm not waking up this time.
Fion sees Sophia as a logical, straightforward thinking person, and I think that it's great. It works so well.
Thank you for watching. If you have any questions or comments, put them in the chat. No Simba Room until the 2nd of March. Tales from the Loop is on Sunday the 6th of March at around 3 p.m. And World of Darkness stuff will be back on Thursdays at some point, TBC. Join us on our social media and or our Discord for updates on that. Just come join us on our Discord anyway, because it's nice. Yeah, I think we'll be back next week. I don't have any reason to believe that we won't be.
Well, after that episode, who the hell knows?
Yeah.
Whatever's
How
going
far
on.
away through this episode?
42, a dungeon crawl is not what I expected out of SOE. And they woke up and it was all a dream. What you expected from Shadow? I mean, probably with Shadows of Esteren, it's all a bit weird, isn't it? Yes. I was just testing out everybody's new defense stats.
I mean,
That's some sort of training holiday.
The weakest.
I knew we could kill people that way. This was an act.
I did find that quite funny that as soon as you were like, you'd done somebody some damage, you were like, it's a dream. It's a dream. I, a professional knight, have managed to harm someone. This mustn't be real.
I like the idea that in setting, that must have been Fion, like knowing through Fulgur that this can't be true.
I also like in Fion's dreams, he just gets shit kicked out of him.
Persecution
and knows that
complex,
Fulgur won't save him, which is why Fulgur expresses it.
It's also, I mean, Sophia's been leaving a whole load of signs everywhere. You don't know any of the signs. God knows what those look like. They're just random stick figures or
I love the idea.
random
You're just turning around and scribbling on the wall and nothing's appearing. Just making motions.
Either that or their emoji. Frowny face. I was impressed by the centipedes.
Lots of legs equals sanity check. Oh wait, wrong game.
Yeah, do I get like a trauma from a horrible dream?
But
as
also,
well?
not entirely. Like, not practically sanity check.
Yeah. So
Fion's obviously going mad with his memory loss and dreams and.
As written, it calls for a mental resistance roll at that point, but I was like, we're 2 minutes from the end of the session, and then they're going to rub them out again anyway. So I'm probably not gonna bother with it.
I'm guessing the end of the session is whenever someone dies, so it could be at any point. So.
Yeah, how did he pick Fion as the?
I was the one who died. I'm right.
Yeah, but that was also kind of I decided that Fion was probably going to be the quickest one to kill off, like the easiest one. No, it was, in terms of mechanics and the length of the session, I thought it would be the quickest thing to do that.
Picking on the
such a tiny,
one.
spindly man. Creatures really seem to think Fion is a tasty morsel.
And the GM too.
More than training, it's like nature is the right thing that consumes him. Plants attack him.
It was also, like Fion had you'd been quite unlucky with rolls, and you'd taken the damage from two different things already, so that just seems sensible to throw that.
It's funny. I'm usually really lucky in like most games, but I've noticed ever since I've played Shadows of Esteren, I'm just really unlucky consistently. Fion is the first unlucky character I've ever managed to make.
I mean, you also like he's sickly and stuff as well, so he's got less health than the rest of us. So like he's kind of made to be eaten, right? Like he's on a week Like,
Wow, what a thing to say.
I want a new character.
Character growth.
hey, not everyone is, you know, maxed out in armor and stuff in this world. Like, it's totally realistic. It's great character creation, but yeah, also slightly closer to death, perhaps.
Just always slightly closer to death. Fion's existence.
Oh dear. Well, we've had a resubscription, a Prime sub today from 4242. Thank you very much for that.
Thank you.
The message was 6 is the loneliest number, 6 months. Thank you very much. And a follow from Vina O'Corai.
Thank you.
Sorry. I'm sorry. I can't read names. Thank you anyway.
Cool.
So, yeah.
We will catch you next week for something that may or may not be happening in a dream.
Dreams within dreams, this whole story, isn't it? Oh, God. Everyone's Fion's dream.
That's the one where we're all naked.
It's fun bringing everyone else into being an unreliable narrator. Like the whole group is the unreliable narrator.
Yeah.
Everyone else is going to start playing their characters just weirder and wackier, and the presumption that it might turn out to be a dream.
Why not? Yeah, you know.
Rag wasn't there.
Roll with it.
Your
Hmm. Yeah, true.
Cool. Yeah, thanks for watching, and we'll catch you next week. Nothing else on for the rest of this week, so yeah, come back on Monday.
Check the VODs.
Yeah.
On
Watch the
YouTube.
VODs. There's loads. There are probably thousands of hours now of VODs on there, I imagine. At least hundreds, if not thousands.
What?
So...
And if not, why not? Sorry.
Cool. Catch you
Right.
next week.
Bye
Bye-bye.
for now.